afternoon, good evening guys, wherever you are, whatever time it is. Thank you ever so much for clicking on this video and tuning into my channel today. Today I've got another beauty / makeup video for you guys, but it's not a tutorial or a haul like my first and second one of this year. It's actually a review of my top 4 foundations. Now I know I've only made 2 beauty / makeup videos this year or ever on this channel, but I must say I am loving it so far. I mean, so far so good. I'm enjoying doing these videos. I'm enjoying the feedback that I receive from you guys, and I think it's just so nice to put my opinion out there, or my review, or what I think of certain brands and certain products in the makeup industry. So I've really been enjoying it. But like I said, today I'm bringing you guys a little review on my top 4 favorite foundations. Now there are 2 that have been in my collection for a very short period of time, and then the other 2 have been in my collection for quite a long time, one being there for almost 10 years plus. And at first I wanted to give you guys an in-depth sort of video detailing the pros and the cons of each brand or each foundation products that I'm about to show you. But having looked at it, I don't think I can give you any cons, or maybe 1 or 2, but the pros definitely outweigh the cons in all the products that I'm about to show you guys in this video. And that's simply because I'm not saying I'm the best at buying products, but whenever I tend to buy products, particularly in the beauty or makeup field, I always make sure that I carry out as much research as I possibly can before dishing out any coins or before exchanging any money in return for the item. You know, it's all well and good buying an item of clothing, taking it home, looking at it and saying to yourself, do you know what, I don't like this piece anymore, this dress is not for me, etc, let me take it back and get my money, or let me get something else. And then, you know, there's some people out there, no shade, that will wear an item and take it back and act as if nothing's happened and they didn't wear it and get their money back. But I don't think that applies for makeup. If you buy a foundation, for example, and you've used it, or you've used half of the powder, I highly doubt you'd be able to just take it back to the counter and return it and get your money back. No, that's not how it works. So for me, whenever I'm buying makeup, I always make sure that I carry out my research. I always make sure that it's a product that is suitable for my skin shade, the type of skin that I have, and all that kind of good stuff before I actually buy it, because the last thing I would want to do is be stuck with a product that I've spent a lot of money on, or maybe not necessarily a lot of money, but either way I didn't get the item for free, and then I won't be able to use it, or I won't be able to pass it down to someone else who might be able to use it. So without further delay, let's get straight into the video, and let me show you guys the items that I'm going on about, that I'm giving such a huge 10, 20, 30-minute introduction about. Okay, so as you can see, I've pushed the camera in a little bit closer, because nowadays we have to get a little bit more intimate on this channel. But the first item I'm going to be showing you guys is something that I actually showed you guys in my first and second video of this year, and it is the NW47 Studio Fix Fluid from MAC. Now this is a foundation, and this is the box that it comes in. I did mention before that I think this is like new packaging or something, because in the past they didn't have the shade in bold writing going across the box. But I'm just going to briefly talk about this one, because I've talked about it already on my channel, and I've basically explained why it's such, I think I explained why it's such an amazing foundation. Okay, so this foundation, obviously, as you can tell, comes in a liquid form. I'm just gonna untwist the top so you can see what it looks like. There it is right there. Now you can buy a separate pump and just put that in, so that whenever you are applying the makeup, it's easier to get out the desired quantity. But I've been using this for a very long time, and it was actually the first foundation that I ever came across. And for me, them times I was very much of a, let me not use the term amateur. I was about to say I was an amateur. I still feel like I'm an amateur when it comes to makeup, but it was the first product I was introduced to. Those times a lot of people were jumping on the MAC bandwagon. MAC have always been known for providing a variety of shades for diversity and etc. So this was something that I was very much excited to try, and once I tried it, I immediately said to myself that this is the foundation for me. So as time went by, I continued to use it, and I never had any problems with it up until about 3 years ago, when I was going through this phase of, you know, I don't really like my skin, or not I don't really like my skin, but I don't really like how my skin's looking, and I feel like the makeup that I currently own is not elevating or helping my skin to look better whenever I apply it. So I went on the hunt for a different foundation, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute, and I sort of ditched this one. But after a while, it didn't even take up to a year for me to get back to this one. I immediately jumped back on this one, and I was feeling myself again. I was feeling this foundation again, and we've tied the knot again, and we've been best friends ever since. Now, one of the reasons why I like this foundation is because, one, it's fantastic for oily skin. Two, it provides full coverage, and it also includes SPF 15, which a lot of foundations and a lot of beauty products now have in them as well. And it is oil-free and waterproof. Now, the oil-free, I'm not so sure about when it comes to me anyway. I don't know if I will necessarily agree with that specification, but waterproof, this foundation is the best, hands down. Whenever I come across that stupid meme when guys are like, oh, if you want to see what a girl really looks like without her makeup, take her swimming. Listen, that meme, number one, it should have died down in like 2016 or 2010. Number two, when there's this, girls don't need to worry about that. Okay, we can go swimming with this foundation on, and when I tell you, nothing, absolutely nothing will drip, nothing will shift or come out of place. I can guarantee you that for a fact. So if there's any ladies out there who actually like wearing makeup or foundation whenever they're swimming or doing all sorts of activities that include water, cop this foundation please, because it is the best, okay? The best waterproof. Another thing I like about this foundation, which I have to mention in this video, otherwise this video won't be a video, is it is perfect for my skin shade. This, out of all my foundations, I would probably say is the exact match for my skin shade. I said this again before on one of my previous videos, that a makeup artist that actually did my makeup used this on my face, the exact same shade, the exact same brand, and she's a professional, she's a specialist, she's one of the best in the game when it comes, like, in my opinion, and she even said that NW47 is definitely for you. That's her words, I'm quoting. That's exactly what she said. And I feel like a lot of other women or men out there can relate when it comes to MAC foundations. I don't think it's difficult to find your skin shade at all, especially us people of color. It's not hard to find your skin shade at all. Now this is a 30 ml. Yeah, this is a 30 ml size, and I think this is probably the only size that it comes in. I'm not quite sure. If there are other sizes, I will link it in the description box below, or you can check it out in the store or on their website, but I'm pretty sure this is the only size it comes in, and I think it's a pretty decent size. You get quite a lot in there, and like I said, if you want to definitely weigh out the quantity that you use per day or whenever you apply your makeup, I would definitely suggest that you buy the pump as well, because the most annoying thing is having to pour out makeup on like a little palette or the back of your hand, and you end up pouring out too much, and then you're having to like try and scrape it back in and stuff. That's annoying. That is so annoying. So this is the first foundation that I want to show you guys, and I will definitely recommend it. Okay, next up we've got another favorite of mine, which, well, they're all favorites, that's why I've got them in the video, duh. But this is the Dior Forever foundation. Let me pronounce it properly. Dior Skin Forever foundation. And this is also a fluid foundation, and it's also 30 ml as well. Now, the first thing I want to say is I absolutely love the packaging. I love the detailing, I love the simplicity of it, I love the bottle. I don't know what this is, but it's sort of... Okay, so I can't find the name of the bottle material or whatever, the type of glass that they used or the type of finish that they used, but I really do like the bottle. But This is also a matte foundation. Now this was actually the foundation that I was referring to when I was talking about the MAC one and the phase that I went through with MAC when I wasn't quite feeling it. And I picked this up from the Dior foundation, I picked this up from the Dior counter in Selfridges, and I actually had a couple of swatches done on my cheek and on the back of my hand. And then after that, the lovely guy that served me actually put this on my face to see if it was the right shade, and at the time it was. And I say at the time because now I feel like it's a bit too light for me. Now it's evident that my skin has been going through like complexion changes where sometimes it goes a little bit lighter or it gets a little bit darker. So that's why I feel like right now, as of right now, this foundation is a little bit too light for me. Now I still use it because I did spend some coins on this, honey. Like, this is Dior, this ain't no drugstore type of makeup, this is Dior, and I don't want it to expire. So I still use it, but I mix it with one of my other shades, other foundations, which is actually from MAC and is a tad bit darker. So whenever I blend those two together, it actually gives me the perfect shade for my face. Now hopefully things will change and I'll be able to use this foundation on its own again. I'm not talking bleaching or anything, I'm not coming to lighten my skin, but hopefully things will change along the line in the future so that I'll be able to use this on its own. But other than that, I really love this foundation. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Like I said, the detailing on the bottle is gorgeous. The only thing I would say about this is if you're someone that has very sensitive skin and you don't tend to go for products that have perfume in them, then I'm sorry, this foundation is not the one for you. I remember when I did have it applied on my face, I could smell a really nice fragrance. Don't get me wrong, it smells absolutely fantastic. But I asked the guy at the counter, does this have perfume in it? And he said to me, no, but it does. And the reason why I asked him that is because I said to myself that if I use this foundation over a course of time and it's really good, then I'm gonna recommend it to family, friends. I'm gonna recommend it to my mum, who really loves her makeup and her beauty and all that good stuff. But one thing I know is my mum doesn't go for foundations or beauty products or items that contain a high amount of perfume in them. She prefers to go for like the things that are more directed towards people that have sensitive skin and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I asked, and he told me it doesn't, but it evidently does because the smell is very strong, and when I did Google it, it actually does contain perfume. So if you're someone that doesn't like having fragranced beauty products or fragranced foundation to be exact on your face because of sensitive skin or any other reason, then I wouldn't recommend this one to you. Another thing I like about this foundation is, I think I mentioned before that it's matte, and it is actually matte. Like when they say matte, they really meant it. They went for it, completely matte. And it has shine control, okay? Shine control is so important when it comes to your makeup. Unless you're someone that likes to look shiny like a bowling ball or some man's bald head or something, I don't know, but shine control is very important to me, and this beats all of that, so it's absolutely fantastic. Now the third foundation I have here is from a brand that you're probably sick and tired of me raving on about, and it is Makeup Revolution. I picked this up from Superdrug a couple of days ago, so I haven't even had it for a week. Like, this is not even a week old in my collection yet. But let me tell you something, and let me tell you something good. This foundation, hands down, has to be one of the best foundations ever. Now, like I said, with the MAC one, when I first purchased it, I purchased it because I was jumping on the bandwagon of the hype that was all around MAC and everything else. I didn't know anything else about makeup. I automatically said to myself, if this foundation is good for everyone else, then it's good for me. And even if it wasn't good for me, I was blindsided by all of that because I just wanted to be on trend with everyone else in the beauty game. And obviously as time went by, the foundation has been very, very good to me. But at the same time, I've been learning a lot about my skin over the course of how many years. I definitely know what I like and what I do not like when it comes to foundation. I know what's suitable for my skin and what isn't. So whenever I do apply an item on, you know, whenever I do swatch an item in store or buy an item and bring it home, I know that, okay, this is good for me, and I know that, okay, this is good for me, but it needs a little bit of tweaking here and there to be perfect for me. However, I had no problems with this foundation at all. I did a little swatch test on the back of my hand when I was in the shop because I wanted to get the right color for me. I didn't want to do it on my face, and I know I probably should have because my face is a little bit lighter than the back of my hand. But like I said, over the course of time, I've learned a lot about my skin, and I think I find it very, very easy now to identify my color or my shade without much or at times any help or assistance. And so like I said, when I swatched this, I said to myself, this is the shade for me, which is, I haven't even told you the shade, it's F14. This foundation only cost £7. That one I definitely remember the price because I bought it a few days ago, and it's very, very, very affordable. And what I love about this foundation first and foremost is it is also a concealer. Hallelujah. So because it's a concealer as well as a foundation, you don't really have to do much in other areas. You don't really have to apply much other products to your face. As long as you've got this, you're absolutely fine. I can guarantee you that, trust me, you are absolutely fine. I've used this foundation almost every day since I've had it, and I know it hasn't been a week yet, but that's how much I love it. It is so fantastic. Absolutely amazing, seriously. Another fantastic thing I have to mention about this makeup is it comes with this, let me not get it on myself, this. The way I said this, like some 5-year-old that's so shocked and surprised at something. No, but honestly, is this not the best thing you've ever seen? This is much better than a pump, okay? This will give you the exact quantity. This will make sure that you don't waste a single drop or tiny bit of your foundation at all. That is so perfect, and it just makes it so much easier because you can just then put the brush straight on your face, put it wherever you need to put it, and then after that you can just blend it all in. It is fantastic, genius. Now once again, let me close it before I make a mess. Once again, this is a full coverage foundation, and this is full coverage on another level. This is full coverage, airbrushed type of no filter needed kind of full coverage. I mean, honestly, I'm someone that doesn't wear makeup a lot, but after I use this, I said to myself, whenever I'm on the go and I want to look a little bit more presentable, but I don't want to go all out and do the brows and concealing this and contouring that and baking here and baking there, I'm just going to put some of this on my face because you actually don't need that much. Blend it all in, go about my business. This is perfect for that, honestly. And then obviously it's also just as perfect for your full glam if you want to go all out, if you've got a special occasion to attend, or if you just want to look fleeky the way you deserve to look fleeky. This foundation is perfect for that. First of all, let's appreciate the box. The box is very nice. The packaging is gorgeous. It's dark, it's black. It fades into this sort of like creamish off-white color here. You know, I love me some black. You can never go wrong with black. And then here is the bottle. It is a very slim cylinder type bottle with a white lid. And again, this comes, sorry I've used it, but this comes with a pump, which is perfect. Now I picked this up from Harvey Nichols because I think Fenty Beauty is available only in Harvey Nichols in London, as in a store that you can actually walk into and purchase. I think it's only Harvey Nichols, I'm not quite sure. If there's other stores that you can walk into, of course I will link it in the description box below. But this is the Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation, and I believe this is pretty new. Now, I have used Fenty Beauty products before. I actually have a Fenty Beauty contour stick, a Fenty Beauty concealer, a Fenty Beauty sort of like, you know, the trio thing. Yeah, I've got the Fenty Beauty trio thing, which first came out when she launched her beauty brand. And then I've also got the Universal Gloss Bomb, which I think I've talked about before. It's absolutely amazing, it's fantastic, and I've actually got a little bit of that on my lips right now. But other than that, I've been very eager to try one of her foundations. So when she recently launched this, I said to myself, I must pick this up. Now, I also want to try the concealer, but I'm going to give that a bit of time and I'm going to see how this goes. But so far, so good. So like I said before, this is matte. It sits very well on your skin. This is the perfect shade for me, and I actually had this swatched on my face along with 2 other shades when I bought this, because I saw it online and I thought to myself I was a shade darker, which is why it's also very much important to pop into a makeup store or a makeup concession counter whenever it's convenient for you, because it's better for you to have it swatched or to have to get advice from a professional so that you know what you're buying, rather than to end up with the wrong shade and all that kind of horrible stuff. So like I was saying, this is the shade for me, and it sits so well on my face. It's very easy to blend, and unlike the other ones that I've mentioned, this actually has no fragrance to it at all. I don't think it does anyway. My senses are very strong, especially my nose. I can smell the most mildest smell from like 100 miles away. I'll be like, what's that? I'm that type of person. And everyone around me will be like, can't smell anything. And I'll be like, no, I can smell it. It's this. I'm very precise when it comes to my senses, my smelling stuff. And this doesn't actually have a smell for me anyway. And I think that's really good. That's really good as well. Now, this is 32 ml, so this is actually more than the MAC, the Dior, and the Makeup Revolution. Again, it has that bottle, but doesn't that hurt your teeth? But anyway, just like the Revolution one, I feel like this is a matte foundation with I would say the coverage is buildable. I wouldn't say it's full coverage. Like, actually, for me, I didn't have to put that many pumps on the back of my hand to put on my face, so I would say it's full coverage. But I've heard from a number of other people that, you know, it's buildable. You have to apply a little bit more as you go along, depending on how much you want on your face or the results that you're looking for. But for me, it's full coverage, so I don't have to apply that much on my face. But other than that, I don't think I've got a bad word to say about this foundation. I think it's really fantastic, and I think it's so amazing that Rihanna has been able to launch a beauty brand that is extremely diverse when it comes to shades for women of all different types of color. Honestly, I don't know much about makeup, and I know that she's not the first brand to have such a diverse range of shades for women, but for someone to come out recently with, because when she did first launch Fenty Beauty, she had hundreds of shades. She had so many shades, especially for women on the darker spectrum. There was such a huge variety and range to choose from, and a lot of brands out there are still trying to tackle that issue now, whereas she came ready, and that was amazing. So I think it's good that she's launched even more shades, and with the concealers as well, because there's Pro Filter concealers. Again, you can get that in a wide range of shades as well. So those are the top 4 foundations that I wanted to show you guys. Those are the ones that I wanted to talk about. Those are the ones that I have been using, like I said at the beginning, some of them for a long period of time, some of them I recently just bought and added to my collection. But if I had to rank all 4 of them, I would definitely give all of them above a 5 out of 10. The MAC one, I would definitely give a 9 out of 10. The Dior one, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10 if I can do halves. The Revolution one, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. And the Fenty Beauty one, again, I would give that a 9 out of 10. I think that is a high ranking for all of them. I think all 4 brands did a fantastic and an amazing job when it came to specifying the type of products that they wanted to put out for people that have a particular type of skin shade or a particular type of skin. I think they're doing really well, and I think they're just going to get better over the course of time. But like I said, those are the top 4 foundations that I wanted to show you guys. I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I've really enjoyed filming it, except I did get a little bit of foundation on my dress, which I'm very upset about, but that's nothing that the dry cleaners can't fix. But other than that, I'm going to leave you on this note. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification button, which is the little bell icon, so that you can receive emails directly to your inbox whenever I upload a new video. Please don't forget to comment on this video and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If there are any other suggestions out there that you guys would like to put out in terms of foundations for a matte finish or for oily skin, ones that are affordable, cheap and cheerful, or even if there are other brands or products out there that provide the almost perfect foundation for someone with oily skin or someone that's looking to achieve a matte finish, then please drop all your suggestions and advice in the comment section below. Again, if there are any other types of videos that you guys would like me to film when it comes to beauty and makeup, then again, please leave a comment in the description box below and I'll definitely try and do that for you guys. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter on my blog at simpleyetstylish.com. I know I haven't posted on there in a very long time, but I will be back sooner than you know it, better than ever, and I will definitely be consistent with posts, personal style, outfit looks, and just talking all things fashion, life, and other related topics on there as well. So make sure you subscribe to my newsletter on simpleyetstylish.com. Make sure you follow me on all my socials. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter occasionally, so I will leave those handles in the description box below. But other than that, thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.